Welcome back, family, to At God Did It, your favorite spiritual guardian. As always, I love you all. Let's cook. There comes a time in every life, a moment when the world seems to pause and hold its breath, a moment suspended between what was and what could be, where possibility quietly unfolds. But not for you, not for the chosen ones who rise to meet the dawn. You have felt the shift, a call to something greater, a promise of transformation and growth. This is not a story of chance or simple luck. It's a story of deliberate creation, of a will forged in adversity and unwavering resolve. You stand at the edge of a new beginning, not because it was given, but because you willed it into existence with courage. Today, that dream begins to take shape, to breathe, to live and grow stronger. Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life, a life you have truly earned. Let's stay close, join our chosen family, subscribe today. The past can be an anchor, heavy and unyielding, holding us in place when all we want is to move forward. It can feel like a weight that drags behind you, a shadow that stretches long into the present, reminding you of every mistake, every regret, every moment you wish you could change. Sometimes it whispers that you're defined by what you've been through, that your story is already written. It holds many to regret and sorrow, trapping them in cycles of self-doubt and pain. The echoes of old wounds can be deafening, making it hard to hear anything but the voice of the past. But you learned to swim against that tide, refusing to let it pull you under. You chose to fight for the surface, to breathe in hope even when the waters felt rough and endless. You discovered that every stroke forward, every step uphill was an act of courage, a declaration that you would not be defined by what tried to hold you back. You saw your scars not as flaws, but as proof of survival. Each mark became a testament to your resilience, a reminder that you endured and emerged stronger. You held yourself accountable, not with blame, but with responsibility. You learned to own your story, to accept your part in it, and to use it as fuel for growth. You realized that healing isn't about erasing the past, but about understanding it, learning from it, and choosing to move forward with intention. You saw a warrior in the mirror, not a victim. You recognized the strength it took to keep going, to keep believing in yourself when it would have been easier to give up. Each stumble became a lesson, a chance to learn, adapt, and grow. You stopped fearing failure and started seeing it as a stepping stone. Each fall became a reason to rise stronger, to prove to yourself that you could get back up, no matter how many times you were knocked down. You tuned out the doubt of others, focusing on your own steady persistence. You learned to trust your own voice, to let your determination drown out the noise of naysayers. You weren't running from your past. You were building on it. Every experience, good or bad, became a stone in the foundation of the person you are today. The willingness to begin again became your greatest weapon. You learned that starting over isn't a sign of weakness, but of incredible strength. You embraced uncertainty as a canvas, not a void. You saw possibility where others saw emptiness, and you dared to paint a new future. You accepted your past, thanked it for its lessons, and released its hold. You understood that letting go is not forgetting, but freeing yourself to move forward. You made a pact with your future self to let go of burdens that weren't yours. You promised to carry only what would help you grow, not what would weigh you down. Letting go wasn't a single event, but a series of small, courageous choices. Each day you chose freedom over fear, hope over hurt. You outlasted pain, doubt, and the old version of yourself. You broke the chains that once held you back and crossed into a new chapter. You stood firm, a lighthouse guiding yourself to new shores. Even when storms raged, you remained a beacon of hope for yourself and others. Your journey proves the past is not prophecy, it's a prologue. The story that matters most is the one you choose to write from here. You didn't just survive your past, you triumphed over it. You turned your struggles into strength, your pain into purpose. And now you move forward, unburdened and unafraid, ready to embrace the future you fought so hard to claim. With the past behind you, you stood at the edge of something new. The weight of old stories, doubts and regrets began to lift, replaced by a sense of possibility. You realized that your history did not have to dictate your future, and in that moment you gave yourself permission to dream again. A vast, open future appeared before you, untouched, unclaimed, and waiting for you to step forward. The horizon stretched endlessly, inviting you to imagine what could be, not just what had been. While many freeze in the face of possibility, overwhelmed by the unknown, you saw opportunity. You understood that uncertainty was not a threat, but a canvas, one you could paint with your own colors, your own vision. You decided what you wanted your life to be: clear, vivid, compelling. You took the time to define your dreams, to write them down, to map out the journey ahead. Your goals became more than wishes. They became promises you made to yourself. Your vision became your North Star, guiding every step you took. No matter how dark the night or how uncertain the path, you always had a point of reference, a reason to keep moving forward. Distractions faded, your focus sharpened. The noise of the world grew quieter as you tuned in to your own inner voice, the one that reminded you of your purpose. Challenges became puzzles, not stop signs. Each obstacle was a lesson, a chance to grow stronger and more resourceful. You learned to see setbacks as stepping stones, not dead ends. You stayed on your path, even when it meant walking alone. Solitude became a companion, not a punishment, and you discovered the strength that comes from trusting your own journey. You fell in love with the process, not just the goal. Every early morning, every small victory, every lesson learned along the way became a source of joy and pride. Winning meant defeating the old you, not others. You realized that true success was measured by your own growth, your own transformation, not by comparison. You got up after every fall, momentum your sacred ally. Each stumble was met with resilience, each setback with renewed determination. You learned that progress is not always linear, but persistence always pays off. You became a student of your ambition, always learning and adapting. You sought out knowledge, welcomed feedback, and embraced change as a necessary part of growth. Clarity made you adaptable. If one path closed, you found another. You learned to flow around obstacles, to pivot when needed, and to trust that every detour had something to teach you. You learned to say no to what didn't serve your dream. Boundaries became your shield, protecting your energy and your focus. Every no was a yes to your vision. Each time you turned away from distraction, you moved closer to your purpose. Anchored to your why, you moved with quiet confidence. You no longer needed to announce your intentions. Your actions spoke for you. You became a magnet for the people and resources you needed. Like-minded souls were drawn to your energy, and support appeared when you least expected it. Your determination sent a signal, and the world responded. Doors opened, opportunities arose, and the universe seemed to conspire in your favor. You became a co-creator of your reality, shaping your life with intention, courage, and unwavering belief in what's possible. And so, you have arrived, not at an end, but a new beginning. You chose this path, walked this journey, and now stand at the threshold of a life you built. This new life is not a gift, it's an achievement. Wear your journey as a badge of honor. Every scar is a story, every step a victory. The horizon is vast. Keep moving forward, keep becoming. Your new life awaits in the very next choice you make. Embrace it. You have earned it. See you back soon. Keep loving who loves you. Subscribe to join our chosen family. Stay blessed. Remember, God did that.